An old vehicle was traded in. Let me explain the concept of traded in again. Traded in just means that I bought a vehicle or equipment and I sold a vehicle or equipment to the same person. Okay? So in the end what happens is I will buy a vehicle, say I buy it for 100,000. And I buy it on credit, so now I owe this guy 100,000. This is my new vehicle. Ne? Then I sell my old vehicle. So I've got an asset disposal. And in the asset disposal I do the whole thing. But then the selling price, let's say I sell this old vehicle for 20,000. That selling price I will take here to the creditor's control, because this guy that I am buying from, I am also selling to. You see? So he's not going to give me the money for my old car. He's going to subtract it from what I owe him for the new car. You get it? Is everybody sharp? So let's go look again. So once I see there's a trade in, there's two things I know. The first thing is the date. The buy and sell will have the same date. Ne? It will have the same date. The second thing I know is I'm going to use the creditor's control. And I know that I'm buying and I'm selling to the same person. So now concentrate on one thing at a time. Right. So let's focus on what did they ask me. They asked me a note. Okay? They also asked me an asset disposal. So I'm going to start with my asset disposal. When did I sell this vehicle? 31st December. So the first thing I do is I go and I write in December 31st. Now I know it's a vehicle, so it's going to be vehicles, accumulated depreciation on vehicles. Please don't abbreviate ACD, right? And now let's go look. They tell me it was traded in for 78. Now I know that 78 is, in other words, the sales price. But because it's trade in, I'm going to write creditor's control. Because this is a payment on my debt for the new vehicle. You get it? Okay. Can you see, you will also do an asset disposal if you were in an accident and your car is at the insurance. Then the amount that the insurance pays out would be your sales price. Okay? So let's go on. They tell us the vehicle was originally bought for 110. Okay? So 110. The accumulated, I want the opening balance plus the pro rata. Okay, so now let's go see. They tell me the 1st of September the accumulated was 22. So I've got the opening balance 22. Now I need to calculate the pro rata. So let's go look at the pro rata. The pro rata, they say, we sold it 1st September, ne? No, when did we sell it? 31st December. So 1st September till 31st December gives me September, October, November, December, 4 months. Right. What's my method? Diminishing balance. So what do? I take the cost, I subtract the accumulated to date, I get the carry value of, what is it, 88? And I times the 88, 20% for 4 months, and that gives me what? 5867. Most probably you round it off. No. Okay, now what do? I add those two together, it gives me 27,867. Now you can see, if I say 27 and 78, what will it give me? 105. Is it right? Okay, so this side is smaller than this side, so I made a loss on acid disposal. It will balance on 110. What's my loss?
4133.
Another alternative method is I could have said 110 less 27,867. Ne? And what does that give you? And that 82133 is less than what we, is more than what we actually get. So that's why I know I made a loss. You guys, I'm saying this nice and loud. Do not get to a point where you are now tired and you don't put in the effort into this topic. Because this topic is a grade 12 topic. And I'm not going to redo it in grade 12. There's no time. So you need to put in the time to understand this topic fully, even though you will only write about it again next term. Don't get lax. Ne? That's the right word. Lax is nalatig. What is nalatig in English? Yeah, nalatig. It's like, yeah, you're relaxed, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay. Please don't do that. And it's being recorded, so you can hear it again. Procrastinate is also a word, yeah. So now, first thing I do with the info I have at this stage, please stop talking, is I know my disposal at carry value is mos that 82,133. You see? But if they do not ask me to do the acid disposal T, you're going to go and you're going to write down for me. It's 110 less 22. Please split the 2 always. Less 5867. Why do I want you to split it? Because these two you must have right. This one you might have wrong. But then at least you got 2, 3 marks. Okay. So, now I'm going to do my cost. Cost is always the easiest to start with. And I see my cost is 220. So I start with 220. Right? I know the vehicle I bought is also 110. Can you see I literally replaced everything? So that addition is 110. So now I know 220 less 110 plus 110 still gives me 220. Right. My accumulated so far, they tell me it's 120. So it means my carry value is 100. Right, I'm going to block and top. But first I need depreciation. So depreciation, I want the salt, the new, and the old. So the salt one, we already calculated. It's this pro rata here. We're going to take this pro rata of 5867. Okay? 5867. Okay, so that one is already there. The new one is also 110. Ne? It's at 20%. I bought it when? 31st December. When does my year end? 31st August. Ne? You guys agree with me? How do I get to that? If my year starts 1st September, it means it ends 31st August, and they actually taught you that. So now, I bought it 31st December, meaning I had it January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 8 months. So, I'm going to times 110 times 20% for 8 months, and that gives me my salt, my new one is what? 14. And I'm going to add that. And now the old one. I'm going to take the carry value the start of the year, meaning that 100,000. And I'm going to subtract the carry value of the asset disposal the start of the year. Now if I look at that, what was that? It's that 110 less 22, it's that 88. So I'm going to subtract that 88. I will get 12,000 times 20% gives me 2,004. And I will add the 2,004. And that gives me depreciation of 229. Okay, so if I block on top, it's going to be negative, ne? Negative how much? Is it not a negative? Are you sure? Oh yes, I see it's 104. So it's a positive. So just scratch out the bracket. Now it's going to look like he's got angel wings. Okay, so what is the answer? 4933. Okay, so 100 plus 4933 gives me 104,933. Less 220 gives me 115,067. And there it is. Everybody fine? That did it? I think only 2 of you did it.